Hi, so these are the cowl slash water trough collector deflectors. So these are plastic inserts that they put into the what I call the water trough. It's right next to the cowl. Actually goes underneath the cowl quite some bit, and it's more or less an extension of the firewall. But they turn it into this gully to collect water and for air intake for the climate control. So these are the plastic covers. They're the same plastic they use on the wheel wells. It's not pretty pliable, but it's not too hardy, especially if it sees a lot of sun. But they're held in with these little clips. They're just one clip the same as the other. That side's got two stacked on for whatever reason, but they're symmetrical. And there's a bunch of them per plastic tray, I'll say. So, but what they do is, like I said, water is allowed to come in here and evacuate, and fresh air is allowed to come in here and go through the cabin for, I think, only for your cold setting of your fan. And then, of course, some air comes in through this pocket. It's routed past the heater core to give you warm air inside the car. But they remove pretty easy. Gotta slide all these clips off. The number of clips varies per car, and a lot of times they fall off or people misplace them, whatever. As long as you got a couple, you'll be fine. But here's what they cover up. This is the access hole on the passenger side. It also covers up the wiper motor. Keeps that out of the elements. But you can see that there's no door here on this side. Pretty much because the air can go in through here, and there is a flapper valve somewhere inside, but most of this more or less goes in through the what I call the air box, the interior air box that routes all of your all your cabin climate control. So keeping water and leaves out of that is important. You can see a leaf is in there. Well, that's because, well, this had apparently come off at some point, and we've just got it down in there. We'll go over to the other side of the car, the driver's side. On the driver's side, you may or may not have this. You only have this, I believe. You'll only have this if you have no AC. If you have AC, this won't be here. Because the only thing this protects is this little pocket here. With, like I said, it's got a flat door here, and inside the car there is this little T-handle guy. Pulling and pushing that will open up this flapper. It will allow cold air to come in through a pocket down on your feet. So it allows cold air to go through there without letting the elements in through there. And the passenger side is similar. It just route it through that big old opening around the air box and then to the floor as intended. But this side protects it too. Yeah, these crack a lot, I've noticed, especially if they're missing clips or if the hood has been open a lot. Or if this rail has been distorted, because what happens is there is a gasket that sits over this. It's like a door gasket, and it's supposed to seal against the hood whenever the hood is shut. Over time, it likes to bend itself to its own shapes the way it likes, which in turn bends these or breaks these. And depending on what happens to it, these can move in and out some, which ends up busting these guys sometimes. Also, if these hood hinges, the driver's side loves to bend. And when that happens, it'll interfere with this plastic cover, and then it'll break that. Passenger side will do the same thing. If this, sorry, set that down wrong up. If the plastic insert starts walking around, because this has been misshaped, now this is misshaped, making this misshaped. We'll walk around like this, going down the road, until it gets right underneath this hinge. So then when the hinge comes down, you can see it's catching on that back corner. It'll squeeze this together, and this crest right here is its weakest point, that little valley. So they usually crack right down here, and it'll spread to the top, and it'll go about halfway down. And then if this brace is gone, the two walls will crush here, thus breaking the channel. Sorry, it'll break the channel right between my fingers. And all EXPs and Escorts will have this plastic cover. If yours doesn't, you need to find one. And like I said, if you don't have AC, you won't have the cover over there. But if you have floor vents, you'll need that cover. If you don't have it, because you should have it. But remember how I said water comes down in here and it's supposed to run out? Here's where it runs out. There's a couple oval holes on the subframe of the car. You can see I don't have any fenders on. That's the subframe, as I call it. Water will, they do a good job arcing this so that any water that gets down in here will slide forward against this wall, run down either side, then it will go inside the subframe. If there's enough, it will leak out of this oval pocket. And if there's hardly any, it'll just run down the entire side here. It could leak out this hole, or it'll just leak out from back behind here where the metal ends. So water evacuates out of here pretty good. You'll almost never see rusty subframes unless it was in an accident which chipped the paint. But yeah, that's about all I have for you. So we'll end things off here, and we'll see you in the next video.